Hi, it's Anne here, and today's video is my intro for my No Pan Left Behind project for 2024. I'm not sure who created that title. Oh, I forgot to check that out, look that up before I started this video. I did not create that title, the No Pan Left Behind. That wasn't the original intention of this project, but as it evolved, I realized that's basically what it is, so that's what we're gonna call it. So I am doing a couple of project panning type things this year. This is not really a panning project. This is more of a collection use project. I've done similar projects to this not last year, but the year before. I did a lot of like rouletting through eyeshadows and rouletting through lip products. This is not quite as extensive as that. So originally the idea was I'm not a big, like a large palette person. And when I do use a large palette, I sort of stick to like just a handful of shades that like I'm drawn to, and then that's it. So I was like, let's pick one large palette a month to be like the focus palette. And that palette I want to like get really good use out of, use all the pans. That's where the No Pan Left Behind. I was like, oh, that's really No Pan Left Behind, isn't it? So I want to use like all of the shadows at least once in the palette. And as I was sort of like, I was like, okay, I'm going to not roulette this. I want to like pick the palettes ahead of time, decide what I want to use ahead of time. So I'm happy to use it at that time of the year. I definitely am a seasonal makeup person. I want to wear different things at different seasons of the year just based on my preferences. And when I was going through my list, I realized, I have exactly 24 palettes that have 15 shades or more. I think it's the smallest. The smallest palettes have 15 shades. So I was like, well, if I have exactly 24 with 15 or more shades, let's do 2 a month. So I'm doing 2 palettes a month for the year. So there'll be 2 palettes that I'm focusing on. This intro video is going to be kind of like just the intro. What I'm going to do next month when I do like the intro for the February palettes, I'll do a recap of the January palettes, and I'll do some eyeshadow looks. I'll try and have some photos of eyeshadow looks like what I've done with my past sort of rouletting projects. So to start off with, I am beginning January with the Stone Cold Box palette, particularly picking this one because it's like a brand new palette to me. I haven't used it a whole lot. I have played with it a bit. It's already showing some use, and you'll see on the inside already showing some use. I haven't used every single shade in this yet. I'm not sure what order my videos are going up in. I'll probably have already talked about this at some point. I don't really intend to ever use this like this, but I'm going to use it like this for this month, and that'll be the end of that. I hesitated buying these large palettes because I said I'm not a large palette person, but when I found out you can depot these, they're magnetic, I was like, yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to depot them. So going forward, I'll likely mix and match these with other palettes, like pull them out and make little custom palettes. But yeah, I've used a handful of shades in this already, and I enjoy it. It's a nice, like, to me, it's a very everyday, it's a very me palette. It's very easy every day. I can pick it up and like not think too hard about it. So yeah, that's why I kind of wanted to use this for January. January is a long month, 31 days. So this is a big palette. And again, the cool tones will fit for me, I think, for January. And then the second palette I picked, so when I was picking the second palette, like again, I started off with the first palette and I was like, oh, let's just pick second palettes too. I wanted to either pick a palette that would complement the original palette or that was like so different, like it was like not exactly like the other one. So that's kind of where my mindset was, and this one felt very complimentary. So this is the Urban Decay Urban Spectrum palette. I think this came out in 2015, 2016. This actually was gifted to me from a friend of mine who bought it, and she's like, I never wear eyeshadow anymore, so do you want it? And I was like, heck yeah, I do want it, because it was one of those things that I wish I'd bought at the time and I never did. And to me, this is very complimentary to the other palette. There's definitely more richer tones in here, jewel tones, but I think it'll work really well with the Stone Cold palette. This month has, I think we're maxing out. Yeah, we're maxing out at a total of 48 shadows between these 2 palettes, and it's the most out of all the months for the rest of the year. So we're kind of heavy hitting at the beginning of the year, but I feel like with the Stone Cold, even though it's a large palette, it's very cohesive. So I can definitely use like 3 or 4 shades in one look easily and not feel like I'm, wearing a crap ton of eyeshadow, if that makes sense. Not looking to pan any of the shadows. I just want to make sure I use every shadow at least once. This one's going to be trickier. I feel like these 2 top rows are going to be hard for me to use all of the shades in them, but we're going to do it anyway. Probably won't be wearing those to work. The purple though, like I should have put the purple on for this video. That would have looked really nice. I kind of just wanted like a quick, easy eye look while I was filming this today. But yeah, that's it. That's the intro. That's all I got. I don't want to like go into all of the other palettes and what I've decided, but just like I have all the Natasha Denona palettes in this. I have Beach Cosmetics palettes, a few more ColourPop palettes, my Viseart palettes. What else have I not mentioned? Too Faced. We got a few Too Faced in here. Pat McGrath. So yeah, all my bigger palettes. And then what I'm doing with my little palettes. So I am doing, again, I don't know what order. This will probably go up after. I am doing a Pan That palette, the fun size palette. So it's just little guys. So that works well with this, I think. I think that contrasts. I'm not like overwhelmed with eyeshadow. And then yeah, with my littler palettes, I say littler, it's anything, I think they're like 12 and under. I don't know if I have anything like 14. Maybe I do. Those ones I'm just going to pull ad hoc. I am going to do some Shop My Stashes. So if I feel like I want to pull a shadow with, want to like work with one of these or pull a palette here and there, I will, but they won't get very much use this year. It's just going to be the way it is. I know other people, I know It's Just Steph is doing a No Pan Left Behind, but she's like doing it all. So she's way more ambitious than I am. I just want to focus on the large palettes. I know I like my little palettes. I've used all the shadows in my little palettes. Like those are not hard for me to use. These are harder for me to use and think about. So yeah, that's my intro for my No Pan Left Behind for 2024. If you like this video, feel free to give a little thumbs up down below. And if you haven't already, I would love it if you subscribe to my channel here in Toronto, Canada. I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you sometime soon. Bye.